Alright, we're back into it. This is game number 3 we're heading to. Full House Gaming currently sitting 2-0 in the best of 5 up against Kiwi Fair Grand Finals for the Grinders division, the lower tier division for 2013 Company of Gamers LoL Esports. All the names and words and all over the place. By the way, big shout out to Playtech. Thank you for sponsoring all of what we do. Yeah. That's all the thanks, really. I'm over here at MCC Internet Cafe, by the way. Do come and check these guys out. Really, really nice guys. Throwing all my my Bar of Legends posters up here as well. If you are in the Auckland region, by the way, on Monday, Bar of Legends coming right at you. We're going to be showing the NALCS Grand Finals. Going to have that recorded for you for the rest of the day. It does start at 5 a.m. New Zealand time, so we're going to start it up at 6 p.m. with the recordings, and we're also going to have a bunch of giveaways, gaming mouse, a couple of Razer Elite packages, whole bunch of stuff, and a pub quiz. It's going to be really, really awesome. Good to see you guys there. Give me a shout if you recognize me. If you don't, just leave me alone. Just go away. Love you. But yeah, I'll be there, asking you questions about League of Legends, and if you apparently ask them correctly in a series of other times with 4 other people, you get prizes! We'll see if you get it right. We're making this quiz pretty damn hard. We are into the champion selection stage, and actually all the bands have already gone. So I've got a lot to talk about. That's great. It leaves me open for a bit of conversation. Anyway, Kiwi Fair now in the blue slot and Full House over in the red, sitting 2-0 currently. A Full House take away this game. It's going to be a 3-0 stomp, but I'm sure we're going to see some interesting stuff coming out. Malphite, Jackson, Thresh bound out by Kiwi Fair. We do see Blitz available, and as we've seen, Full House Gaming completely focus on that teamfight ultimate stage. They love their Sonas, they love their Misfortunes, they like their Jarvans. Yeah, you know, they do enjoy a bit of Zac, apparently. Malphite's still loving it, but it is banned out in this game. Yeah, basically they focus on that teamfight combination, and that means they do group up a little bit. So I'm wondering if Kiwi Fair are going to try and take advantage of that and have a bit of an idea of what's going on there. You know, if they wait for Full House to initiate, they do have the opportunity to take advantage of AoE. So if Full House do initiate, they can just chuck a whole lot on them. But I don't know if Kiwi Fair is that comfortable with AoE at this point. They don't seem to be. Full House do bunch up a lot when they throw out those ultimates. I'm wondering if a brand would work so well against a Full House team. But maybe, as a last pick, maybe to try and bait out their team fight that they really, really love. There's a suggestion, by the way. If you guys are ever up against Full House, pick yourself up a brand and deny Malphite, Sona, and every bloody house champion that has an ultimate that can do something. Heck, hasn't been used by them yet. Hecarim could do well on Full House, I think, for a couple of their combos. Would expect it. Anyway, they are picking out the Blitz, which was left. They're going to have a lot of fun with that. Vont has gone with the GP top lane. Is it going to be AP GP? We'll see. We'll see how crazy he gets with this. Ezzo's thinking of picking up a Sejuani. Seen a lot of my mates carry through to gold with Sejuani jungle. She's very, very strong in her ganks. Good for getting right up in their face and, of course, throwing out the Glacial Prison. It's really, really strong. Zeke going again for that disengaged Nami. Again, could always work really, really well for Full House because of, against Full House because of their team fight dominance. And there it is, an insta pick, an insta lock Heimerdinger. We are seeing Heimerdinger. Is it going to be AD Heimerdinger? Are we gonna have AD Heimerdinger see the light of competitive play? This is gonna be fun. We'll see. Let me get my words ready. Big shout out to DJ. I want to go for DJ. Why? DG Infinite for pushing the channel on Twitter. Everyone's saying hi. If you are joining from Twitter, what's up? How's it going? Cheers for joining in, and a big shout out again to DG Infinite. It's so hard to do that without saying DJ. DG Infinite for pushing that on Twitter. My words doesn't work. Anyway, Ash coming out from DZC Snorlax. So we are seeing Snorlax picking up the Ash. I'm wondering if they're going for a crystal arrow into, I don't know, rockets. Crystal arrow into rockets, into turrets, into ulti. from a bit of a Heimerdinger. That might just be coming into play. But hey, we are going to see competitive Heimerdinger. I'm happy. I'm just hoping it's going to be on-hit Heimerdinger and not AP Burst Heimerdinger, because that's, AP Burst Heimerdinger is just silly. It's silly crazy powerful. Ooh! Milanag heard my little comment about the brand up against FHG, knowing they get team fighty, but the combination that FHG are going for right now is not focused on team fights. We'll see if they do bunch up in this game, though. Which is, that was kind of misleading. Sorry if I pushed you towards that brand, Milanag. I didn't try to. But yeah, FHG, they do like those teamfight combos. They do like grouping up with them, especially if they've got a Malphite and a Jarvan, because those two jump right on top of everybody else. And that's a good cue to get off a good rotation for Brand. But, you know, if he's the one that's getting jumped on, not such a good decision. But that could easily be the focus of attention with FHG. But yeah, Brand, great for dealing with those team fights. Do pick him up one day. Give him a shot. You can still go Victor, because he does throw down that AoE stun. A lot of fun if you manage to... If you all get caught inside of a Cataclysm for Jarvan, throwing out the stun from Victor is dangerous. It's really, really scary. For either team, doesn't matter who he's there on. It's going to stun somebody. Giant Kiwi picking up the Volibear. So we're going to see a flip into Arrow, into turrets, into ulti for Jaime, into whatever the hell else Jaime wants to do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing that Heimerdinger come into play. Whether or not it's AD, still waiting on. I'm calling AD Heimerdinger. Calling him crappy. That's what I'm actually calling him. But nah. Turret dominance, he's probably going to be pushing the lane quite a hell of a lot. Wolf picking himself up. Actually, we have got 20 seconds before we release these summoners, so I won't be saying that just yet. In terms of teamfight and teamplay, FHG certainly have a lot of fun initiate and pokey combinations. Interested in the Volibear, support or jungle Volibears for that matter, very difficult to get the flip off, because they are pretty slow even with the Rolling Thunder, to be perfectly honest, and there's a lot going against them. You can have you can get the stuns going off from Leona, you can get the knockback from a Vayne with a Condemned, you get the knockback from Alistar, you can get slows from basically anyone. You know, Nunu sitting there as a support. It's so hard to get a flip off as Volley in that bot lane. So if he is going support, he may be in a bit of trouble. Up against Nami, you know, she can still knock him up when he gets that Rolling Thunder. You know his Rolling Thunder path, because he's not going to slow down when he runs at you. He's going to be denied, and he knows that. So if he has to dodge out an Aqua Prism from Nami, that denies it as well. And the slow from Hail of Arrows coming out from Varus denies it pretty nicely as well. So it's very difficult to play a Volibear at any competitive level these days, I've got to say. Delaire Manning sitting at 2 minutes can show you those tasty summoners. Just a minute. Blam. There you go. Good fun. Kid just looking over. I'm like, just a minute. Kid's like, what? Waiting for it. Anyway, those summoners now released. We are going to see a teleport Zac. He's not in the jungle. It is that Sejuani in the jungle. He's going in the top lane and having a bit of fun. Maybe trading out for the mid if we see GP in there. GP, AP GP. Never mind. Kenyan Jumper was the resident top before, so we'll see. But he is jumping in the mid lane now with that Heimerdinger. I'm very excited for the Jaime. I just don't see enough Jaime play. And apparently there are some people in this Twitch chat that don't see enough Janna play. And I think you're crazy. Everybody sees the Janna plays. Yeah, that's my 2 cents anyway. But Blitz is going to be quite a lot of fun as well. Grabs going off from all sides, all corners. A good combo is coming out from Kiwi here, to be honest. They've sort of traded roles. FHG have gone for the Trickster teamfight kind of laning mainly role crazy composition thing. I'm going to call it. But Kiwi has gone for a lot of teamfight. They've got the lockdown from Zac, followed up by the tidal wave from Nami. You can easily see that initiate from Sejuani, from her Glacial Prison, as well as Greywind coming in with his ultimate as well. You know, there's so much happening for them. If they manage to lock down the rest of FHG, if FHG bunch up in the slightest, they will get the hurt on them with Brand, especially with Brand. But everything else combos very nicely with them. They are all single target. Oh, sorry, well, they're multi-target, but they are all single area target. So if they ever miss any of those initiations, or if there's a bit too much of a widespread from Full House, then it's not going to go the way of Kiwi. but they have that team fight there. If they're able to scale past the laning phase, which is going to be hard with that blitz, going to be hard with some potential ganks coming out from volley, or some potential supporting coming out from volley, as it does turn out. If it does work out for the laning phase, it may be hard for Kiwi to come back in. Whoa, and there we go. We are getting into the game. There we go. Home coming out. Just going to have a little bit of a break while the game gets up, set, and loading. This is the third game in the best of 5 grand finals for Grinders Division. So, 2-0 currently to Full House. If they take this away, they take away the top spot in the Grinders Division for Company of Gamers in 2013. Big stuff happening here. Don't go away.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Potentially the final game in the Grinders Division for 2013, and it looks like Full House are grouping up on the red side. They may be going for an invade. Kenyon started out already with his rockets, just poking out the rest of the team, having a little bit of fun, throwing some wrenches in their faces. Zach can take it. He's fine. He's good. Unless, you know, Zeke and NSO come along and have some fun. But hey, oh, there goes a little bit balls deep on Kenyon jumper. Wolf actually going for the jump and knock up, manages to find it, and a great rune prism handed on by Zeke. Gonna mean Kenyon is the first blood going to Greywind, and that just happened. That just happened. Apparently, Snorlax got caught a little bit under the turret against Milanark. Other way around, actually. Milanark caught under the turret against Snorlax. That just happened. Okay. Heimer was baiting, apparently. No, he was keeping everyone away. But that just happened. Apparently, a tower dive going down from Full House as Heimer slowly flashed to his death, I should say. Burned Wolf's flash as well, come to think of it. So, that just happened. Gonna make a gank easily available at the top lane. a lot of fun. And it is Heimerdinger. Oh, they are trying to jump on Matt KM and trying to steal that blue. He's going to have a bit of a late jungle unless he goes back. The site is there for them, though. The site is certainly there for both teams. In comes Blitz. They both sight each other. He does get the grab off and he's gone for the smite. A steal blue for Mad KM already in the game. That was insane. Despite having the sight, he got that pretty quickly, getting out of the bush and just having a bit of a grab. Okay, well that just happened. Varus went back with his initial kill, grabbed himself some extra damage, picking up a longsword. No more sustained from that, though, up against an Ashe that actually got that initial kill as well, up against Brand underneath the turret. Did transition to the bot lane rather than going back and getting items. So a bit of the damage in favor of Greywind, and the range, come to think of it. Less poke potential on Snorlax. We'll see how that takes the bot lane as Kiwi Fair jumps away with at least that first blood. Heimerdinger actually swapping out for GP. I was saying it maybe GP mid. It certainly was, with Heimer taking Wolf in the top lane, who does have that telly. If he disappears for an instant, those turrets are going to go down and that top lane turret's going to get destroyed really, really quickly. It's not going to be fun for Wolf once he leaves that lane. If he decides to, he may reserve that telly for getting back into the fight for the top lane quicker, rather than... Ooh, why is Heimerdinger's name appearing at the bottom screen there? That was weird. But it just did, and I got rid of it. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Kenya's starting out the game with a bit of health, bit of mana regen, bit of AP on that Doran's ring. The pushing pressure actually in the bot lane going to full house. Despite the early damage advantage to Varus, starting out potentially with Quiver, he may have. Not actually sure because he is level 3 now, so he does have everything. But that does mean he may have the opportunity to get just as aggressive at this point in the game. As long as he can combo well with his Blight stacks against Blight stacks and Quiver mainly against Snorlax, I think he can push up this lane a bit better. But maybe he's just baiting it out, waiting for an opportunity to jump in. Heimerdinger apparently pushing out Zac. So, yeah, guys. Heimerdinger v Zac is a Heimerdinger play. Because Zac is sitting there trying to hit everything, and Heimerdinger just rocket craps at him. That happened. Giant Kiwi going in, manages to get the flip on Grey. The slow is on from Snorlax, who is managing to volley him out. Grey saving his flash just barely. Was going to pop the barrier, but managed to save that too. He has no sustain to maintain this lane, though. Try saying that 10 times fast. Not fun. Anyway, is staying in to get a heal. A couple of heals from Zeke. Mana's looking pretty low at that point. Blue went to Vontal because, of course, they got that initial steal against Ezo. So it may just work out for them. In the top lane, Heimerdinger's already gone back and picked himself up a Tear of the Goddess, stacking that up on rockets. I do imagine a little bit of power there. That gives him a lot of sustain in the early game. And annoying sustain in the late game with his rockets. He can poke out so well with them. You know, it's not like a Jace destructive shock blast. It's not like a Nidalee Spear. It's just click and stuff gets thrown at the enemy. No need to skill shot. No SS. No Secret Service. Great Rune Prison out from Zeke, allowing a little bit more pushing from Grey, and he did find it. There's far less sustain coming out from Snorlax because he doesn't have a support that heals. Well, doesn't have a support that heals him. I'm sure Volley can find a way to heal himself. You know, by dying. Anyway, Kenyon jumping on Wolf. It looks like a very equal trade in the top lane, especially when a turret goes down. And it manages to get the attraction of Wolf when Wolf attacks Jaime. I love that dynamic about turrets. Just in case you didn't know, if an enemy champion attacks a Heimerdinger, while the turret is down, the turret will start focusing that enemy champ. And rightfully so, you know? Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Already we're seeing Zac go for a sustained build. I think he's going for Visage there with the Kindle Gem and the Rejuvenation Bead. The sustain is way better for Vontel in the mid lane as well because of that initial blue buff. They are seeing a jump from Matt KM Jungle Blitz onto Ezzo, but he's not going to have a lot of fun with this. I don't think Ezzo should be jumping back in this situation. He's hanging around just in case he can help. A bit of a snipe from Gray, but is Zeke able to follow up with this? It doesn't look like it. A speed up from Blitz going to save him from that engage. Both jungles already picked up their stones. Millenarch focusing on sustain in the mid lane as well. I love that bit of dynamic in lane dynamics about sustain versus durability versus damage. It's a big toss-up, and it's something that a lot of people don't grasp hold of. That is a big difference between things like bronze, silver, gold. It's about fitting your playstyle and your items to your enemy rather than going for the same build every time just because you think it's OP. It's not about that. It's about reaction. Definitely something you can learn, and it's quite simple to learn. If you're dying, find what damage the enemy team is doing to you and tank up that way. You know, grab a null magic mantle, grab a cloth armor, that kind of stuff. It's the little things that count, and they move well into late game. For example, Akali does great in the mid lane against a lot of champions, but one thing she has a lot of trouble with is poke and damage, especially in the early game, not as much in the mid to late. And she can just grab a Negatron cloak against most APs and still be able to out-sustain them, out-damage them a bit later. Down goes the ultimate from Vontel trying to pick up that kill, being a bit sneaky, but yes, it is going to be picked up from Matt. Good job. In comes Giant, thinking he's going to make a play. He does actually manage to get a flip on Greywind, but at the cost of a lot of health. In goes Snorlax, making a play with the ulti flash auto, grabbing a kill on Zeke. It doesn't matter though, he got a bit too close to the turret and a bit too close to Grey, following up with his own damage combo. Out goes the ultimate from Millenarch, nothing to bounce off of from Vontel. And it looks like he's going to walk away scot-free from that one. Certainly is scot-free when he was, yeah, he's sub 100 there. Very, very close to death. Both of them, in fact, were Millenarch a little bit of up there. Very close for both of them. If he had just saved that ultimate for a little bit longer, done a couple of autos instead, Giant Kiwi actually getting dived on by Wolf. It looks an equal game coming out from Kiwi Fair here. When Full House pick up the Heimer, it looks like they give everyone a chance. But Heimer's actually doing very well. Sitting pretty happy up the top lane. Just that one short death at the beginning of the game. Going on a bit of that first blood on Kiwi Fear. But yeah, Zac making the plays. Wolf jumping for those turret dives and managing to find a kill against Giant Kiwi. Great plays there going from the enemy try. Brush. Not try anything else. No. Yeah, there's that double regen pendant coming out on Millenarch, followed up by the 80 sustain in the mid lane, grabbing that sorcerer something. Blam! Seeker's Arm Guard. And there's the aggression from the range on Greywind. A good flip from Giant Kiwi's gonna give Greywind the range he needs to grab Snorlax, but actually Snorlax able to out-damage him and pick him off while Giant turns around and helps as well. Gonna be getting a double kill out of that. Wow, that ult from Nami actually picking up a kill as well, so it was a 2-for-1. But a funny little situation there. I want to see that in slow-mo because it was just so... That was hilarious. Just a moment while I get that back up. I loved that. The ult from Nami coming in. And of course, the game refuses to show me the playback. All the shutdowns. Anyway, check it out. Nami throws out the ultimate while Giant Kiwi manages to flip her, so it looks like she's riding the wave for a sec. That manages to snipe out Snorlax. He's going, what? But the bite picks up a kill for Giant Kiwi onto Zeke as well. That was just fun. That was just a lot of fun. I'm not even mad. Anyway, a blank coming out from a blank. That's a Blitzcrank gank. A blank coming out from Matt KM. Gonna pick up a kill against Millenarch in the mid lane. And let me get up to more live, even more live than before. Heimerdinger picking up that kill in the mid lane, so he's sitting 1-1-0 now as they push into the mid lane. Most definitely. Apparently, Kenyon wants to get a mana mute incoming, so that could be a lot of fun. It is going to be AD Heimerdinger, totally. I believe. Milinar coming in. There is something to bounce off here, so Vontel maybe is just going down. One more auto attack. Mages, no! It doesn't matter. The burn from Milinar's passive going to be taking down Vontel as they jump onto Matt KM. Great Aqua Prism's going to secure the kill for Milinar. Beautiful Aqua Prism from Zeke. And a good follow-up. Still equal for Kiwi Fair against Full House. There's actually only a 1k gold gap in favor to FH. This game, guys, this game. Happy to be a part of it. Triple regen in the bot lane on Zeke. He really wants to throw out those rune prisms. They are making work for his team, to be honest. But yeah, I think 3 fairy charms, tiny bit excessive. We'll see if he goes into a mana manipulator and then into a chalice. That would be something. That would be hilarious. Indeed. In comes the Rolling Thunder from Giant Kiwi, showing me that, hey, he does have that chance. But there's the deny. Like I said, it's just hard for a Volibear to get off anything, really, in this day and age. With all these newfangled slows. Yeah, I know. I'm not that old. I'll get there, though, eventually. I'm going to work that old speech sometime or another. But yeah, the deny did burn the ultimate on Greywind. Vontel getting a bit of trouble in the mid lane. It looks like Izzo's getting some ganking on. Is it going to be a 1-for-1? Vontel is dueling with Izzo. He manages to find it with his Q. The parlay picking up the kill in the bot lane. Matt managed to give a good gank to his fellow bot laners. Flip from Giant Kiwi followed up with that. Dueling going around all over the place. Good times indeed. But that gank from Sej not going quite as planned. Parlay on a gangplank, just a bit strong, and he has picked himself up. The flash is not going to save Zeke from anything as Giant Kiwi's passive is going to save him in return. Potentially, it has finished proccing, and he is speeding up, but I'm sorry, Blitz is there to help him as well. Are we going to get an actual follow-up? Milinar's going to get knocked up. Giant Kiwi might just get away from this. They can see him getting the escape as Matt KM going to stay in here. Snorlax seeing if he can pick up Milinar as a flash from Matt KM saves him. Ultimate down from Ezzo. It doesn't look like they're able to follow up on this at all. So that was a lot of nothing. A dueling all around that blue bot jungle area. Nobody going down except for Zeke, to be honest. Getting dived at that turret there, but that was a good escape out from Giant Kiwi with the support from Matt and Snorlax. Pokemon power unite all the way. In goes Wolf, getting a bit too close and deep on Vontel. So I think Vontel is going for 80. It's not going to be sad APGP. Was really hopeful. DZ Snorlax throwing, DZC Snorlax throwing out. Oh, a flash from Greywind, going to pick up the kill with that last auto. But, yeah, that opportune barrier coming out from Snorlax nearly saved him. He could have thrown out the stun as well. But he thought he'd gotten away. That last flash auto securing the kill for Greywind. Just checking out the CS currently. They are sitting pretty equal as well. That knockup not going to do anything against Giant Kiwi except provide an opportunity for Wolf to jump in. He did flash for that, so is he able to get off the Q? He does find it. Zach picking up a kill against Giant Kiwi. And it's 9-9, still neck and neck. 2k gold difference in favor of Full House for that farm dominance, for their mechanical dominance. But the pushing is going to Kiwi Fair at this point. Actually, pushing looking pretty equal, seeing as Kenyon managed to grab that top lane. As I said, as soon as Wolf leaves that top lane, he's gone. That ultimate coming out from Kenyon. Might just be able to find him. No, the bounces are available on Heimerdinger's turrets. That is such a good play. Milinar able to get out that ultimate and bounce it off of the turrets from Heimerdinger. That's just a bit unfortunate there, buddy. Your turrets were your downfall. Sad face indeed But it was a 1-for-1. Either way. Montel barely surviving that engage. 10-10 as it is now. Gold gap reduced to just 1k again. 1-for-1 turrets as Matt KM goes for the blue. Once again, getting that tasty grip. Bot lane has been a bit sneaky though. Would you look at that FHG securing another turret while everyone's away? Will Wolf passive proc? Is he going to escape? Looks like he is. Giant Kiwi going to get dumped on though as Ezzo tries to get the final word, doesn't find it. Out goes the ultimate from Ash. Vontel gets himself in a sticky situation, might just escape. No, the Q from Milanar's gonna find him. While the autos from Snorlax manage to find Sejuani. Good Aqua Prism following on Kenyon and Snorlax moving in on the turret. Wolf is looking vulnerable. His passive is down. Ulti from Milinar coming up in just a few seconds. As soon as it goes, he's going to get in there. They're going for the engage. His ultimate is still down. Now it's up. He's going to get the couple of bounces, pulling out the Q. Are they able to finish off Snorlax? Greywind's trying to focus him down. Could he go for the triple at this point? Or is he just going to get kited? No, he gets the double. And he doesn't manage to snipe down Giant Kiwi and all that mess. But it is a 2-for-3. Kiwi Fair managing to come out on that, just barely on top, and now moving into the mid turret to take it down. And maybe 2-for-2 turrets again. They're just neck and neck this entire game. That is just insane as they keep it going. Yes, it is Manamune on Kenyon. In comes Vontel to try and protect that mid. Not going to happen though. Needed that ultimate just a little bit earlier to clear that minion wave and potentially push Varus out, but it wasn't there. Was not there. Spirit Visage indeed into Sorcerer's Shoes, so it's going to be a very aggressive Zac coming out from Wolf. Looks like Vontel's focusing on a Trinity Force. Nearly finished off that Zeal, going straight into the Trinity. Vontel's burst not quite as big as it would be if he was going AP. Come on, guys. Let's excite him over the AP opportunities coming in. Did he rune? I don't know. Go AP anyway. Varus already finishing off a Bloodthirst and moving on for a little bit more attack speed and probably grabbing an IE from that next BF of his. Bloodthirster into Static Shiv, however, on the Snorlax side as he wants to get out that crit earlier with his passive. Picking up the Static Shiv, now probably going into an IE for himself. Down goes Dragon to full house, giving them even more of that gold advantage. 1.5k now, so it hasn't been widened that much at all. It's still neck and neck. Ooh, interesting combo. We're going to see Grey Wolf see if he can combo out Snorlax. No, the ultimate may just be saving him. It certainly is. Stun from the ultimate coming out from Snorlax. Going to save him. No flash up for Greywind. I'm sure if he had that flash, though, he would have been able to dodge that out and maybe combo Snorlax one last time as they both popped out the barrier. Interesting team dynamics. As long as you have the mobility, you might be able to go ADC on ADC. This is a good example of two ADCs being so close to the point where it's just about whether or not they hit off those skills at the right time, rather than direct one-on-one confrontation. Out goes the ultimate from Ezzo as she's trying to focus down Snorlax. She may just find it, but Snorlax has a lot of regen as the flip goes out from Kiwi. In comes Zega to pick up the kill, following up on Snorlax. And in comes Wolf to try and follow up on Giant Kiwi with the ultimate slowing on Vontel. Picks it up, a 2-for-1 exchange there. Ezzo sacrificing herself for a kill in the ADC and the support. Probably well worth it. 16-15 now, a 3k gold advantage to full house. Wow, 2.2. Let's call it at that. In comes Wolf protecting that mid turret, showing his CC dominance. There's a lot going for Kiwi Fair, to be honest now. It's getting into that late game. And they've got a lot of ways to follow up with each other. And their combinations have been working quite well as well. Let's see if Wind can combo up on this Blitz, though. Throwing out the Q, doesn't find it. Piercing arrow, not going to kill a Matt KM today. Or a Matt Kim. I'm worried I'm saying that name wrong. I am really worried. Matt Kim? Matakim? Matakim? Yeah, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna call him Matt. That's a cool name, right? Yes, that's a cool name. And yes, it is. Okay. 80 Heimerdinger coming out with a Manamune and getting a bit of armor shred with the last Whisper. That's going to be a lot of fun. 16-15 coming into the game. Snorlax poking down the mid lane. Millenarch poking down the Snorlax. Sitting there going boop with his Pyroclasm. Sorry, not Pyroclasm. Still. Wolf actually looking to be in a bit of trouble. He does deny the flip with both an ulti and a flash. I'm sorry, guys, but Giant Kiwi on, well, anyone, in fact, on Volibear, you're not going to get a flip off unless you're right next to them. Beware of those plays. Deny the flips. So sad. Very, very sad bear. 80 Heimerdinger is sitting 2-3-2. I think this is viable, guys. Mad Game going and getting the knock-up and the ulti onto the ADC. Down goes Snorlax's ulti as well as they take down a turret. So a 2-0 plus turret coming in for FHG. Another turret actually in the top lane as well. So 16-17 and 2-5 in turrets makes it roughly a 5k gold gap. Well done indeed, following up from FHG and their AD Heimerdinger. Oh, good stun coming out from Erzo, but not quite the follow-up he was looking for from Millenarch. Could have thrown out that Pyroclasm, but the flash may have saved Vontail from any more bounces. Mid lane turret going down again there to DCZ Snorlax. DZC, sorry, other way around. Still 16-17, still a lot of team fight potential coming out from Kiwi Fair. Still a lot of ways this game could go. I've got to say, the short jumps on Zac look really kind of silly. He sort of just does this little up and then face plant. It's kind of weird. I'm kidding. Beautiful, majestic even. Matt Game's going to grab that red. He certainly does. He actually gets it with a Q. There wasn't even a smite down from Erzo. That was just a well-placed Q from Matt KM. Missing out the Q on that engage though, which is kind of strange as he moves in. But he still stole that red buff with a fist to the face. That is enough for me. Heimerdinger still content to throw out his rockets just for fun. Wolf still not happy to duel him. Glacial Shroud coming out from Blitzcrank. Jungle Blitzcrank I'm starting to like quite a lot. Zeke's going to get taken down. Is he going to be able to grab Erzo? Or is he going to be left with nothing but a Grey Wolf grab? Might be both. In he goes. He tries. No, Grey Wolf tries to grab a couple of hits on Matt KM in the brush, but it seems it may not have worked as he tried to escape. He got one kill up on Vontail, but a bit of a backdoor from Snorlax, a bit of flanking, and that's all she wrote. That's it. It's done. Good tactic though, hide in the bush and wait for them to make the first move. A bit too much CC, a bit too much damage, and a bit too many champions to deal with there. Ooh. Q from Millenarch nearly picking up the kill against Vontail. That's a Shurelya's. No flip, even with a Shurelya's. It's so sad, I'm kidding. No flip coming out. Shurelya's popped out by Giant Kiwi. Either way, they got the slow off and managed to get a kill on Millenarch and follow up with a kill on Wolf, who tried to jump in and help Millenarch. Wasn't quite going to happen. Passive blocked as well. Sorry, burnt as well. 80 Heimerdinger taking down another turret nearly in the top lane. Doesn't look like he's going to survive and engage with Greywind though. But my god, does Kenyan Jumper take down a turret very quickly with 80 Heim. 80 Heim has seen the light of competitive play. Somebody send this to Sky, please. I'm ready for this. I'm sure it's his fault. Damn! Volley into Crystal Arrow into auto. equals kill for Snorlax, and then follow up with a flip from Volley. Too bad he was under the turret for too long. Slow from Grey Wolf, moving on to Snorlax and a couple of autos. The barriers have been popped. A bit of help from Millenarch. Still not going to make the difference. It's still a 1-for-1. I'm thinking now Snorlax may have outscaled Greywind, as, you know, if Greywind didn't have Millenarch there, who knows if he'd be able to get that kill. Down goes the turret. Vontel backing it up at the top lane. Oh, didn't go down to 80 Heim. Bit of a disappointment. Double Glacial Shrouds coming out from Full House Gaming. Wondering exactly what Kenyan Jumper is focusing on with that. Maybe trying to stay alive against Greywind. Feeding up a Greywind wouldn't be fun. It's going to be solo, dragon, jungle, Blitzcrank. If you don't see it anywhere else, you're going to see it on the Grinders division, guys. I'm kidding. Or am I? We do have that Zhonya's Hourglass and a bit of Leandry's coming out for Millenarch. Again, a lot of teamfight potential coming out from Kiwi. Fair flash and a flip. Managed to find their mark. Millenarch's going down. Oh, if that tidal wave had hit just a few seconds earlier, the ult from Millenarch and the combo may have finished them off. Easy-O tried to deny. She thought that Giant Kiwi was going to run in that push. Didn't quite happen, though, as Giant did predict that she would predict his prediction. As you do. That's where the real mechanics of the game come into play. 2026 as it is, Full House still in the lead at 10k at this point in the game. Next objective, really focusing on that Baron, focusing on wards, focusing on map control. Damn straight DG Infinite, those mind games, back and forth all over the place. Double Iceborne Gauntlet. I'm wondering if Matt and Kenyan are noticing they're doubling up, but probably wouldn't care at this point. They like that double up. Matt Cam looking to be in a tough way. Man, he's fast. I said that way too early. It looks like he's out of there. He's gone. Double static shift coming out from FHG as well. I think they're just copying each other's builds at this point. Giant Kiwi has finished himself off a Warmogs. Did go for the Shrelias. There's no Aegis coming out just yet. No Guardian Angels from anyone. And that's why I'm thinking Kiwi Fear does have a few opportunities. Down goes Millenarch to Snorlax in that 1-for-1 engage. Team still backing up Millenarch there for a 1-for-1. Wolf thinks he may be able to duel Kenyan. Now, considering Kenyan is late game 80 Heim, I'm thinking Wolf has a bit of an advantage. Kenyan trying to lure Volv into the try there. Giant Kiwi coming in. Does he go for the flip? The deny comes out from Wolf's ulti. Well done indeed. I'm interested to see what Heimerdinger's next item is going to be. Why is he still sitting there with the Sorcerer's Shoes? Where's that Berserker's Greaves? Where's the Fura? Come on, man. Where's that Berserker's Fura? I am missing it. There's a lot of durability on Wolf at the moment, and it's only going to stack higher and higher. Bit of AP penetration, bit of Sorcerer's Shoes stuck on him as well. Not going for the Ninja Tabi to deny the damage from AD Heim. Could be a mistake. Could be proven wrong. It is going to be Baron going down on Vontel, Giant Kiwi Matt. Kenya's jumping in there with this AD Heim. Sights coming out from Snorlax, making sure they're kept nice and safe. Down goes Baron to Full House Gaming. Are they going to move on and finish this off? If they do take away this game, they are the grand finalists, the champions of this year's Grinders division for Company of Gamers. Or will we see a big comeback from Kiwi Fair? They are getting chased down one by one. In comes Vontel. The Q from Parlay is going to finish off that Sejuani. And a flash out from Grey is going to protect the ADC side of Kiwi Fair. Is it going to be enough to sustain the entire base though? Millenarch getting a bit of damage on from that Parlay as well from Vontel. And a pickup kill on Zac from Giant Kiwi, just in the middle of in the thick of that mid lane. 80 Heimerdinger, meanwhile, doing the backdoor, as you do. jumping in there. Blitz trying to hit a turret with his Q, figuring out that that doesn't work. Ah, I'm sure he knew. I hope he knew. Anyway, they're going to move in and finish this off. Your champions this year, 2013, Grinders Grand Finalists. That's the Grinders division, guys. Full House Gaming. Taking it away. They are now the proud owners of 5 Baron keychains, and I will get a couple of certificates up for them as well. But a huge congratulations, a huge thanks to Playtech for helping us put all of this on. Big shout out to MCC Internet Cafe for being able to host us all here, for my shoutcasting, for all of the streaming, for everything. And yeah, shout out to everybody who joined in on the stream. The teams that joined in on the points rounds will try and continue to do points rounds next year. We might just do fun points rounds, or we might do $10 IP giveaway Monday points rounds, because we want to continue promoting any level of teams coming into the scene and training up with their level of enemy, and just being able to get better and better, bigger and better. Anyway, and we're hoping that a whole bunch of teams like will be able to come, like Immunity, get really big, take over the states, you know, get crazy. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll see you guys in 2014. Seeing you guys in 2013. Hello. Hopefully seeing you guys in 2014 for Company of Gamers League of Legends Esports. Congratulations to your Grinders Division Grand Finalists, Full House Gaming.